everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Bonnie and this is Happy Space Creates. I'm here to wish you a very happy new year, and in this video we're going to be reflecting on my 2021 goals, what I managed to achieve throughout the year, and also I'm going to be setting some 2022 sewing resolutions. So do stay tuned if you want to find out what they are. So hello, thank you so much, welcome back, thank you for joining me today. If you are new to my channel, my name's Bonnie and this is Happy Space Creates. This is a channel where I talk about all things sewing and crafting and just basically talk about my sewing journey and what I've been up to in the making and sewing community. So if that is something you are interested in, do click the subscribe button down below, and if you like this video, do give it a little thumbs up as well, because that does all help on the algorithm that is YouTube's mystery. So today I'm going to be talking about a little bit about my Christmas and a little bit about some goals that I set myself last year and also some 2022 sewing resolutions. So first things first, I would like to wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I don't know what you guys were doing. I know it was all a bit up and down this year as to what was going on, but I hope you all managed to have a wonderful time regardless of who you were with, how you spent it, how much food you ate. No one's judging you during that time, but I hope you all managed to enjoy it regardless of what your situation was, and I hope you all had a wonderful New Year as well. I personally was at home with my dog and my other half as well. It was a very chilled out, relaxed evening, and we just rang in the new year with a nice bottle of bubbly at home. I think a lot of people were doing the same this year, but hopefully next year we'll be able to go out on the town and enjoy it like how we used to. But I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about what I got for Christmas as well. I was really lucky to get some lovely Christmas gifts. I actually didn't get too much crafting related gifts this year. I asked for a lot of things like pajamas and makeup, so I got a lot of like toiletries and stuff like that, which to be honest I needed new pajamas and slippers and stuff. So yeah, I didn't actually ask for too many crafty things, but what I did get I do have next to me now, so I would like to show you. Just to let you know, this isn't done with an intention of showing off. I know that not everyone has, you know, the same budgets and things at home, so please don't take offence or any way that I'm trying to glow or show off what I've got. I just simply want to share that with you in case it inspires you to go out and get some for yourself, basically. First of all, what I got a adorable little Christmas decoration from my dad. I actually asked him for this. He messaged me and was completely stumped with what to get me for Christmas, and I saw this online from a website called Sass and Bell. I think it's a UK based company, but we have one nearby in Brighton, and I saw it in the window and I thought it was really cute. So it's obviously like a little vintage Singer sewing machine, and on my tree I have quite a few various Christmas decorations from different parts of the world and places that I've travelled, and sort of like different hobbies that we have. So I thought that little sewing machine was a perfect little addition onto my tree, so I immediately unwrapped it and hung it on the tree. And sadly that's going to be going away now until next year, but it means that every year I can get it out and I can hang it up with fond memories. So next up, as to what I got, this is like stocking gifts, by the way. I actually got a little packet of glue sticks. Now this is a running joke, I get this in my stocking every year because I once lent my other half my glue gun and he used an entire packet of glue sticks to do this one tiny project that he was doing. And I was really miffed because I didn't have any glue sticks left, basically. So now he always buys me a packet of glue sticks to top up my stash, because he is ever so apologetic for using all my glue sticks. Again, in my little stocking, I got this really cute little mosaic coaster. It's from Hobbycraft, and it's like a little kit. So you have everything that you need inside to make a cute little coaster. This one's got like a toucan on the front, which I think is really cute. So I'm definitely going to make this for my craft room. I'm probably going to have it out because I always drink like tea and stuff while I'm sewing, so it'll be nice to have this out on the side where I can see it. So that's a cute little craft kit that I got. On the topic of craft kits, I also got a pom-pom maker. Now, it's in a pile of stuff somewhere and I can't actually find the actual pom-pom maker, but my other half did get me a collection of wool as well, just because I don't actually have any wool. I'm not naturally a knitter, so I don't really have yarn or anything at home, so he got me a selection of different wools. This is just from our local craft shop, I believe, but they're like neutral toned. And I thought I could use my pom-pom maker and these together. These colours are quite similar to our bedroom that we've just decorated. So I'm thinking of maybe making like a pom-pom garland for the wall, which I think would be really cute. But yeah, basically just some wool to play with. I might give crocheting a go maybe this year. So yes, just some wool or yarn to have a play around with. And then also I got this amazing kit. Now, I don't know if you guys watched it over the Christmas period, but there's a TV show called Kirsty's Handmade Christmas, and it is like a TV show, like showcases lots of different crafting. And we were watching it and Kirsty was learning how to needle punch. And I've seen it before, didn't really know how to do it, and I thought it looked really, really cool. And me and my other half were watching it and I said, oh, that looks really fun. And he bought me a needle crafting kit for Christmas. So this again has everything you need inside it to create this lovely picture on the front here. I actually don't know where this is from. It's by a company called Hole Punching. I'm not sure if they sell different types of needle punching kits. I don't actually know where it's from. If I do find it online, I will link it in the description box down below for you. But yes, I'm really looking forward to having a play about with that. And then my final crafting related gift was the Davenport dress by the Friday Pattern Company. I actually have never, ever made any of the Friday Pattern Company's patterns before. So I basically, on my Christmas list, put down the name of the company and was like, choose me one. So when I unwrapped this from my future mother-in-law, I was very, very excited because this was probably top of my list, and I know this is like a bit of a cult favourite. So I'm really excited to make this year. I think it's really, really like my style, and I know this is a really, really popular pattern. So I was really pleased to unwrap that, and it's a printed pattern as well. So I do think that is really good because I can just get started with it rather than printing off at home, etc, etc. So yeah, that is the Davenport dress by the Friday Pattern Company. So that pretty much sums up everything that I got for Christmas that was sewing and crafting related. I hope you got some really lovely things as well. If you got anything similar to me, or if you want to share what you got at all, do pop it down in the comments below because I do love to hear about what you guys got. And also again, it might inspire me to get some more things as well. So moving on, I want to talk about some of the resolutions that I set myself in 2021. Which already seems a long time ago. I've been so used to saying 2022 already. So overall, I don't think consciously I set myself too many goals for 2021. It was a bit of a tricky year. We didn't quite know where we were going in terms of everything. I wasn't working at the time, so things were a bit challenging, but I found myself with lots and lots of spare time. So of course I had been sewing a lot more than what I had previously. Usually I just sewed occasionally in my spare time, but where I was left with so much time off, suddenly I had all this free time to sew. And what that did was that made me realise that because I only sewed generally in my spare time, I tended to stick to things that I knew. And I hadn't really pushed myself in like the 4 years that I've been sewing to try any new garments or try any new skills. I kind of just stuck to the same things I knew how to sew, i.e. skirts and dresses. So I set myself a challenge to make a shirt. I really wanted to have a go at making a collar, but I'd never sewn one before. So I set myself a challenge to make a collared garment, and I did. I made so many. So I basically ticked it straight off the list. I started with the Tilly and the Buttons Rosa shirt. Now, if you've been watching my channel for a while, you will know that I've showed a few of these throughout the year, but I will post some pictures of some of those garments here as well. I started off with the Rosa shirt. Now, my first one I made was in a sort of Burberry type checked fabric, which was really on trend at the time. It's one of my favourite things that I made last year, and I wear it absolutely all the time. So that was my first collar that I ever made, and it went so well. And then I moved immediately onto another Rosa shirt, which I hacked to make a looser fit because I wanted it to have sort of like a looser straight cut. The original Rosa pattern is princess seam, so it comes in quite fitted, but instead I just straightened those seams and made quite a straight fitting Rosa shirt. That one I made in a brown cord fabric. It's very nice. It's just sort of like a light jacket that I can wear. I really like this. I don't wear it as much as the checked one, but I do still wear it sort of like as an over jacket. Then I made my Lyra dress. Tilly and the Buttons released the Lyra pattern, and it has a collared top and it is a dress. I made my lemon Lyra. That collar didn't go so well. It was a little bit tight, but I do feel like it's because I sized down the blouse. If I was to make the Lyra again, I would probably make it a bit bigger. But yeah, the Lyra lemon dress did go really well, but the collar is a bit tight. I can't do it up, unfortunately, but I do just wear it loose. And then finally, I made another Rosa shirt. You can see a theme, can't you? I made another Rosa shirt, but this time I made it into a dress, and I made it in my camo print fabric, which again is another one of my fave makes from last year. I get a lot of wear out of it. It's super comfortable, and that went really well. So overall, that little challenge of making a collar led me into some of my now most favourite garments that I've made. So I was really pleased that I kind of set myself that challenge. The other thing that I don't think I necessarily again set myself this consciously, but I wanted to become a bit more confident with my skills. As I said, where I was sewing in my spare time quite often, I tend to stick to the same things. And because I wanted to push myself a bit more into trying new stuff, I became very familiar with certain techniques. And this time round, at this stage now, a year later, I can make things without necessarily looking at the instructions, which I think is a massive achievement. I do generally have the instructions out because you want to check them every now and again, but I do tend to find myself thinking, the sleeve goes here, this then goes here, and it all kind of falls into place a little bit more for me. So I do feel much more confident in my skill level, which I think if I was sewing for like 4 years and still felt like a beginner, how much I've grown like in just my skills in that year. Just some 2 small little challenges that I set myself really developed into something a lot bigger, and it really helped boost my confidence as well. But then most importantly, the biggest challenge that I set myself in 2021 is of course YouTube. So I started my YouTube channel on the 12th of January 2021, and last week I hit 2,000 subscribers, which is amazing. So thank you so much if you are a subscriber, if you have been following me from the beginning. I do really appreciate you coming along for this ride with me, and for all your participation in all my videos and comments and your likes that you give me. I really do appreciate it, and it has been such a privileged year. I really do think that that has been one of my highs, like throughout all the ups and downs of the year. YouTube has definitely been a really positive impact and a positive focus on my life. So I'm really super chuffed with how that went. I never ever really expected that to happen, but yeah, and then I just went for it, and a year later, this is where we are. And to be honest, it seems mad that it's been a year. Like, that seems mad to me because it all still feels really new. To say it's been a year is absolutely crazy. So once again, thank you so much for all your likes and your shares and your follows. I do completely appreciate you and I love having you here. So with that being said, let's have a little look back at some of my favourite makes of 2021. On that sentimental note, let's move on to my plans for 2022 and some goals that I have set for myself quite loosely. I'm not really a New Year person. I actually hate the concept of New Year. I think it's really depressing and it can be quite sad that it's like an end of an era, you know. I feel like it's really sad and we shouldn't measure ourselves on that. So these resolutions are all very loosey-goosey, like not really set in stone. So if next year's reflections, I'm like, I didn't do any of this stuff, please forgive me. So my first goal for 2022 is to sew more stretch fabric. I have loads of stretch fabric in my stash that I buy because I think it's gorgeous, and then it sits at home because I haven't got the confidence to, one, cut it out, and B, actually make something out of it. I think the number one issue is that I don't really have a lot of stretch patterns due to the fact that I don't feel confident in sewing it. So I think I'm gonna invest in a couple more stretch patterns for my stash, and I'm probably going to try and work through the stretch fabric that I already have rather than spending on new stretch fabric. Because I feel like that is a good motive when you have everything there in front of you. It's really good motivation. You have no reasons not to get started. And I also have had ups and downs with my overlocker over the last 6 months. I have had some mild success with it now. I have had a couple of good makes that have come from the overlocker, so I do feel a lot more confident with it to a certain degree, but definitely there's room for improvement with that confidence. So my first goal is to sew more stretch fabric and get more confident on my overlocker, and the only way that you learn is by trying, so that is what I'm going to be taking into 2022. And that brings me on to the next point. My next goal in 2022 is to sew the fabric that I already have. Why is that so hard to do? Stop buying new fabric. I have a chest of drawers next to my sewing desk full of lovely fabric, and it is all waiting to be made into something, and I keep buying new stuff. Don't. My goal is to only have that drawer. I do have that drawer, and I now have little bits of fabric piled up in other places. That can't happen. It needs to all fit in that drawer. That's the long and short of it. Unfortunately, all these fabric shops have wonderful sales on all the time. So I click buy without really having a project in mind, and moving forward that just can't happen anymore. I need to have a project in mind for the fabric that I'm planning on buying, or get rid of the fabric that I have if I don't think I'm going to be using it. So that is my second goal for 2022. That brings me on to my final goal, the Make 9 challenge. So if you are part of the sewing community over on Instagram, I've seen this Make 9 challenge come up every year for as long as I have been participating in the Instagram lifestyle. Every year people post their Make 9s, which is kind of like a challenge that they set themselves at the beginning of the year to select 9 garments that they want to sew throughout the year. I have, for the first time, selected a Make 9. So yeah, that is what I'm going to be doing throughout 2022. I feel like I've selected really mixed variety of things that I would like to sew. So if you do want to hear more about my Make 9, I have made a separate video for you, so do click this little tab up the top here now. If you haven't quite had enough of me yet, do go and watch my Make 9 video. But other than that, that is it for my 2022 sewing resolutions and my 2021 reflection. So thank you so much for watching this video, and I can't wait to see you again soon. If you have liked it, do give it a little thumbs up, and if you want to see more about what I get up to in 2022, do click the subscribe button down below, and do leave me a little comment if you want to say hi as well. But other than that, thank you so much for watching, and I'm going to see you really soon. Bye!